And welcome back to our Let's Play of Dwarf Fortress, the Tombs of Uncertainty. I sped ahead a little bit, and we got our workstation area cleared out. So I don't think we're going to build anything too soon right now. We've got our craft store for our mason and our carpenter set up. We have a kitchen and a still set up, and a mechanics workshop. We did notice one problem. We were not harvesting our plum helmets, which I caught that just as most of the things were withering. We're getting them off of there now. We didn't have anywhere to store them, and we're building some jugs and stuff to now store them in there. I think. Do we have these wooden barrels? Yes, wooden barrels. So we're starting to actually store them someplace. We just didn't have any stockpiles set up. And we have some migrants that are arriving too, which are going to be quite fun to deal with. Gonna build out a small stockpile here just so we can get stuff inside. And we should now be working on... Yes, so we're starting to get the dormitories built out. Let's see, we got, if we check our handy dandy dwarf therapist here, we got 5 adults and 1 child. So we're going to need to dig out 6 more rooms. So let's just go ahead and do that now. So we've got 2, 3, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll just even this out so that it all looks correct. Yep, that should do it. So, and our miners are getting better. Adil and Ingiz are now at 6 on each of those. So we should be all set. They're getting much better. They managed to clear out up here fairly quickly. So I'm hoping the meeting hall we can get cleared out fairly quickly. We're gonna go ahead and let them dig all of this out, and then hopefully we'll have the nice set of dormitories for all of our dwarves. We are getting some plants. What is Ast doing right now? Ast is planting seeds. Good, so he's going to keep that going. We have some new farmers, and it looks like just the peasants are the ones we've had before. Just taking a look here. Furnace operator, which isn't going to help us a whole lot. Let's see, I think really we don't have any extra picks, so that's not going to help us. A mason, I think. Taking a look at Dwarf Therapist here right now. We only have 1 mason. Let's bump that up. Let's see, you've got gelding, milking, butchery. None of those are really going to be helpful with us right now, so congratulations. You're now on masonry and stone crafting. I would like another farmer. Do we have someone on? Nobody does farming. You're good at milking, which I'm going to assume directly translates into plant gathering. And where is my farming at? Right there. And let's see, you are good at fish cleaning. We will leave fish cleaning and fishing and fish dissection up to you. Fishing actually will generate quite a bit of food, so you get to do that from now on. Furnace operating, we have no furnaces, so you get to be a new cook and brewer. We'll turn off that. And let's see. Oh, you're a good cook, so you're going to be a brewer. We'll leave butchery on there for right now. Again, you're good at gelding. We don't really need that. In the meantime, what are we missing? We don't have a wood crafter, so let's do wood crafter. And carpentry will we will build that up. I think that should reset us fairly well. Switch back over to the game here. Because one thing we're gonna need to do, so we've got the carpenter, we've got plenty of wood, so don't want a bed. We want to make barrels. Make a bunch of barrels here. Store some things in there. On the mason, let's build. We're gonna need some more doors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. Cancel that order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not gonna hurt to have too many doors. And we're gonna need throne, chair, table, throne, table, throne, because we're going to start building that up downstairs. So we're going to keep those going. Our plump helmets are doing something. They're being planted, so we'll see how well those turn out. Still getting things dug out. We've got enough space for 2 beds, so we're going to build a bed. I'm not going to assign these just yet. Only because, let's see, we've got 7 doors. Until we get all the beds made, until we can get all the bedrooms made, the dwarves will just use whatever available bed is there. So we're just going to let them naturally use the beds. I'm not going to set up a dormitory or anything. Because once our miners get better, and hopefully we get some new miners that come in, they will be able to dig much faster, so we can clear out and build those. Having dedicated carpenters and miners and stuff does build them up fairly quickly. So I'm hoping we can get those done. So we're getting doors installed. We're going to get another bedroom set up here. That'll be good. We're going to get another bedroom here. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, we will need more beds. Otherwise, they're going to not have anywhere to sleep. I'm going to have plenty of doors and rooms, but no beds. 1, 2, oops, cancel. Add bed, add bed. Can I get one more in there? Nope. So we'll build some more barrels and then beds. The barrels don't seem to take very long. Ast is going down and getting pots and such. And we do have 2 farmers now out of that migrant wave, which is good. Why was that blinking funny? Don't know. And while we are at it, we got our bridge finished and we got our trade depot finished in between the last 2 videos. So we're going to go ahead and get this linked up. The idea is we're going to have a meeting hall here, but in the meantime, we're going to build a lever right there. It's going to take one of our chalk mechanisms. So we're going to let that be built. We'll link this up to our bridge. This will be our first line of defense. We'll in the case of a invasion, what we will do is we'll set a burrow to bring everybody in. Then we will lock the door, and then we'll just let them go about their ways. We'll set the burrow to this area here. Okay, there we've got our lever built. So we're gonna link this up to a bridge. We've only got one bridge, makes this easy. Give it a chalk mechanism, give it another, and our mechanic and our mechanic will go through and link that up. So we are going to be set there. Now, as soon as we can get them to finish down here, got more space for beds, and a door, and door there. We're just going to start getting these filled in. We can get the meeting hall finished here soon, so that way we can get our stockpile built up. So far, we haven't had any issues with anything bad, and if we take a look at the units, we've got just some birds, which these should not be harming our people any. We do need to get some nest boxes and stuff set up. We can have the geese and the hens start to lay eggs, which will give us more animals and more eggs. And right now our water buffaloes are just roaming around. I don't think we have... It's just one water buffalo, so that's not really going to help us breed them at all. But we have some cats and some dogs, which we can eventually tie up and turn into hunting animals. We don't have anybody that's a hunter right now. Let's take a look at our military set here. Spear Dwarf, Wrestlers... March Dwarf, no, so nobody that has anything like that. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about hunting too much right now. And we did set up a fisher, so let's build a workshop. We're going to want a fishery, which is an H. Leave it here in the block next to the food and all that. The fishery will be nice because we do, if you remember, have a brook. Is that still for, whoops. We do have a brook here, which eventually we will divert. So it should only be 1Z level down. We will make use of this here soon, but having the brook will mean it's going to be much easier to find fish. We've got plenty of other little kind of lakey kind of things here too. So we'll figure out something interesting to do with that brook. But for right now, let's get the fishery set up. I do have one person who is he hasn't come here yet. We do have one person that's assigned to fishing, and I believe he is fishing right now. Let's see. That should be Mafal. And Mafal is currently fishing, so if we go over here, he's over here fishing, so that's okay. What should happen is he'll catch that fish, and then he'll eventually take it down to the fishery, get that built, get it dissected, do all that fun stuff. Okay, got some more bedrooms here. We don't need cabinets, we want doors. I think I made these... I did make these rooms too large. Because we just want... No, I made these other ones too small. Oh well. We'll dig these out one more. Because I'd like to be able to put a chest and a cabinet and a bed in there. And these are fairly small dormitories. And they work well for what they are. And so we'll just expand them out a little bit. I'm getting doors installed. Do I have... Okay, we're out of doors. So we're going to need to build some more. And we should eventually set up a manager. Okay, he's got some more doors that are coming through. Do we have the beds made? Oh, that's a craftsman. And okay, we're still making some barrels and stuff, which are probably getting used for the plump helmets. I don't see any nasty, scraggly plump helmets left. So all of those should be... What is this? Many flies. That's probably left over from the rotting plants that were there. So we're getting these built out. Since we have some doors here, let's make some beds. Ooh, we're down to... Okay, we're out of beds. We have the empty spaces. I'm going to use planning mode, which comes with DF hack, to assign beds. And while I'm at it, we're going to do doors to put together, put that last door in. So what should happen is, as they are built, the DF hack will automatically assign someone to do that. Did that not build? Door. Placement. There we go. And build door. Placement mode. Door. Build bed. Put a bed there. And so once they're built, they'll automatically hold. The only bad thing about placement mode is that you don't have any control over what goes there. If you build something and then go to put it in a room or whatever, you can pick what you want to go there. With placement mode, it will just pick it up and stick it in there, so you have no control over if they're getting a good quality or a bad quality item or anything like that. Especially building, like if you're sketching out nobles rooms, you want them to have as much high quality stuff as possible. So using placement, I don't usually use it there, so that way I can make sure they get high quality stuff that goes in there. So we'll get these built out. We're getting really close to having the dormitories finished. It's going to bug me that the beds are... You know what? I have not assigned these beds to anybody. So let's remove. Build bed. We're just going to stay in placement mode here, because these are all dug out. So those beds should end up getting moved, or probably moved to a different room, depending on how many beds we actually have. But so now you can see we've got a couple dwarves that are sleeping in here. This is now a proper room. It has a door, has a proper bed in the right place. So now you're going to be assigned and automatically assigned to somebody. So if we can get them to move these beds, they're going to shove those dwarves out of the beds. Yep. So now we've got angry dwarves that have had their beds moved. And because of the way I did placement mode, it took them from one room and moved them to the next, because that's the most efficient dwarfy way to assign beds and get those set up. So we'll make sure those are all tucked away. That bed got moved up to the top. So let's see, this bed is finished. So we're gonna make that a room. You are a room. You're now a room. You're a room, and you're a room. We're still making. Just make a whole bunch more beds. We're gonna need them, so there's no point in worrying about it. Okay, so I think we're still off to a pretty good start. Okay, good. We are getting the stockpile room set up. So once we get the stockpile room set up, we can get the wagon here torn down. We can get everything moved inside. Once they get that done, it shouldn't be too much longer till they get and I'm gonna make this go a little bit quicker by just chopping that down to size. So we'll get the meeting hall cleared out, get a basic meeting hall set up. So everything that's outside should then be inside. And I think we'll be mostly set up. That will let us start to see what we can do with this brook. Water is interesting. It has pressure, so we can do some things with it. Dwarves like falling water. They like walking through mist, but not having to actually swim through stuff. The one downside to what we have right now is if invaders come, we have no water, we have to dig down. So I think the first thing we're going to do is set up a cistern by getting this water down into a large pit, and then from there, once it's inside, we can start to do with it as we are. So I think we're going to go ahead and end it here for right now. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you want to see more videos like in this series or like it, feel free to leave a comment. If you want to find out when new videos come out, feel free to subscribe. And with that, have a good day.